viewers. My name is Nicole Jordan, and I'm here with my colleague, Kelsey Warren,
Hello.
and we're outreach advisors with Tidewater Community College. An outreach advisor, we go out into the community just to help students, future students, with one-on-one advising, completing the college application, the admission process, and class selection. But for our session tonight, there's three areas that we want to focus on: our program offerings, our cost, and our getting started tips. So just talking about our program offerings, one big area of the college is transfer, because we are a community college. And so our transfer pathway programs that we have is under our general studies. We have regular general studies, and we also have professional communication. We also have engineering, social sciences, science, and then science with a concentration in computer science, and our liberal arts degrees. We also have what we call our accelerated program, which is a 1 year degree, which you can go from 2 years to 1 year under our business administration and general studies, which is at our Norfolk and our Portsmouth campuses, which is an admission process to get into those programs. And our priority deadline is
May 31st for a priority deadline this year if you're interested in applying to that. Yep.
Cool. Thank you, Kelsey. And then also what we have, we call our guaranteed admission agreements. So we have agreements with just about all of our colleges here in the state of Virginia, where you can get into a college with one of those transfer pathway programs. So as long as you get the GPA that the school wants and turn your admission packet in on time, you're guaranteed to get in.
Yeah.
And this is also with no high school grades, no SAT score or essay required for those colleges.
Really great.
So say if you decide to do the general studies route. So if you are interested in transferring to Norfolk State, all you need is a 2.0. For VCU and ODU is a 2.5 GPA. For JMU, a 3.0. For Virginia Tech and UVA is a 3.4, and William & Mary is a 3.6 GPA. And then also we have what we call from here to ODU. So you can transfer to ODU with good grades, at least a C or better, in 1 semester. So you do have the option to do that as well, since we are right here in the Norfolk area.
Yep, really great. So about half of our students will do the transfer path, and about the other half will do work ready, what we call career and technical training programs. We have a lot of options that people aren't aware of for those. Within healthcare, you can do nursing, physical and occupational therapy assisting, x-ray technician, respiratory therapy, emergency medical services. Within our IT field, you can specialize in cybersecurity, networking, web development, geographic information systems. We have our hands-on trades that most people are aware: welding, auto, HVAC, electrical work. And then we have some programs that not a lot of people are aware of, like our sign language interpretation, interior design, paralegal studies, vet assisting. Some of the most popular ones that I see with students I talk to are criminal justice, photography and graphic design, early childhood education, and small business management.
Sure. Nursing. Yeah.
I always like to highlight 3 big areas when it comes to work-ready programs. Number 1 is that they're shorter. They're between 1 semester and about 2.5 years to get you ready for a full-time job without the need to go to a 4-year college. One of our 1 semester programs would be something like phlebotomy. That means drawing blood, or truck driving.
Right.
So essentially a student could graduate high school in June, come to TCC and finish that certificate in December, and be working in the field by January after their high school graduation.
Yeah.
And both of those areas are making about $30,000 a year. That's not bad. Yeah. The second thing I like to highlight is that they're more hands-on. Your maths are usually a little bit lighter. Your history and your sciences are not required in a lot of those, and some of them don't even require a college level English or writing, which is really nice. Instead of that, you're going to get cooperative education and hands-on experience. Internships are required in many of those programs, and you're going to get hands-on learning in the classroom to prepare you to go out and get that job in the workforce instead. So if you're a learner by doing, that's a great program option to think about. Like criminal justice goes to Virginia Wesleyan and ODU. Cybersecurity goes to George Mason and ODU. So they possibly can transfer sometimes too, so we can talk about that.
Yeah.
There's also 0.3 great salaries attached to some of these work-ready programs. Just because you do college less number of years than a friend doesn't mean you're going to make less number of dollars per year.
Right.
Our students in cybersecurity are starting out about $60,000 to $80,000 a year in that field, which is great.
It is.
Interior designers making about $40,000 a year. Healthcare, like nursing, occupational, respiratory therapy, making between $50,000 and $60,000 a year. And our 1-year program in collision repair is all hands-on classes in cars, working on panel replacement, dents, windows painting. No English, no math. After 1 year of college, they're making about $40,000 a year in their field with pay increases as they go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. As I talk about work ready, I always like to highlight apprenticeships.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, an apprenticeship is where you apply to a company instead of applying to a college. If that company hires you on, they're generally going to start you between $12 and $15 dollars an hour while they give you that training on the job site. So they train you in-house, and some nice benefits. You get their paid days off, you get their health insurance, and one big perk is that many of these employers will send you to TCC and pay for your technical degree related to your trade for free.
Yeah.
So you're working and learning and making money while you get free school. They're really great.
That is.
We partner with about 25 local employers through our apprenticeship institute. Most are going to be shipyards. They hire men and women to do things like welding, electrical work, carpentry, HVAC. But we do have a few child care centers on that list, and Toyota if you like working with cars. And I did have a student already come back to me and tell me she got hired by the Toyota apprenticeship this year. So
That's
definitely
awesome.
they're hiring students.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So as we talk about work ready and salaries, I do want to transition into the cost of education. Everyone says, how much does TCC cost? And the broad answer is we're about $5,500 per year if you go full-time fall and spring and don't take any summer classes.
Right.
To compare, that's going to be about half of what a public 4-year institution costs in our area for comparison. Now there's a couple ways to save on the cost of college. The first one is the FASFA application. That stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. You'll fill that out. It will assess income, household size, number of family members in college, and determine if you get any assistance from the government, whether it's grants or loans to help you pay for school. If you need assistance completing the FASFA and you don't want to do it through the website at home, every high school has an access advisor in Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, and Virginia Beach. And that access advisor will meet with you for a free appointment at your high school to help you complete it. The Educational Opportunity Center also visits each of TCC's campus to provide a free help appointment in case you can't connect with the one at your school. So definitely get that filled out early, because earlier equals more money. Every school has a priority date for financial aid, and ours is April 1st. And the way it works is there's state funding and federal funding, and if you miss that priority date, there's no guarantee that the state funding is left for you. So we don't want to fill it out late, we want to fill it out early to get that best chance. In addition to financial aid, we have scholarships. Those are really great opportunity as well, and there's 3 large ones I like to highlight. We have a STEM Promise Scholarship for students going into STEM. That includes our IT, cybersecurity, and computer science and engineering students. This is going to be a 3.5 high school GPA, interest in those fields, and pay for all 2 years at TCC. About 20 students across Hampton Roads are awarded this scholarship each year. And the good news is if you don't have the GPA yet, as long as you have under 24 college credits, you can still apply to it. This is available right now for applications on our website, and it will close March 1st for the deadline. The other big one is the Outstanding High School Graduate Award. I love this one. This is a 2-year full ride to TCC for high school graduates who have a 3.0 GPA. It does not matter what your major is. I like this one because every high school, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Virginia Beach, and Chesapeake, is going to have their own winner guaranteed for this scholarship. So if you go to Western Branch High School, you're only competing with the students at Western Branch. If you go to Salem High School, you're only competing with the students at Salem for this. So great odds of winning because of that smaller applicant pool. And that's going to open up in a paper application. It won't be on our website. You'll see that one delivered to your high school, usually sometime in January after the holidays. You'll see it appear, and it's typically due in April. However, they haven't announced the official date yet. So keep your eyes out in your school counseling or guidance offices for that to come out in the new year. Our website has our foundation scholarships, and those typically open in the spring. However, there is a whole section for military affiliated students, and those might have varying deadlines. One of my favorites from that is called Children of Enlisted Military Personnel. If your parent is active duty or retired and you have a 2.5 high school GPA, you're eligible to apply. It pays for 1 full year of tuition, and you can reapply for it every year. So you can print that one off the website right now, but it's not due until the end of June, so you have time for that one. So definitely check out our foundation and our military affiliated scholarships separately on our website. They could have varying dates, so just check those out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, did you like all of that? Well, this is how you get started. So at all of our campuses, we have what we call our Get Started cards. And so it just breaks down the steps of what is needed to enroll at TCC and finish at TCC. So the first things first is do your application at tcc.edu/apply. So that's where it is the free application that is going to provide you with information and how to, at the end of it, you'll get your student ID number, your username, and information of how to get logged into your MyTCC account. 2 is to apply for financial aid, as Kelsey was talking about. The earlier the better. Because you have the difference between the state funds and the federal funds. So you want to get all that you can get by applying to for your financial aid as soon as possible. Number 3 is demonstrating college readiness. So if you are a recent graduate, we will need a copy of your transcript, because we do evaluate your transcript. We also look at other tests as well. So if you've taken the SAT or ACT scores, we will look at those just to see if you demonstrate college readiness, which is the measuring fact of taking the Virginia Placement Test. Next is going to be scheduling an appointment with your advisor. So you can do that at any of our locations, coming to the counseling center and making an appointment with an advisor. Attend orientation. This is really important. So you can get to know your campus, get to know where things are located, where your classes are located. Just make connections with the people on campus. So if you have a problem or an issue, you can know where to go and who to talk to. And then at the end, it's just register for your classes. And so at all of our locations, we have individuals that will assist you in helping you register for your classes after you see your advisor first. Your advisor is the one that's going to help you prepare for those classes, and then they'll show you how to log in so you can register for your classes.
And for students who are graduating high school this year, they could register for classes as early as, I believe, March 25th for the fall. So your goal is to get all of this done by March so you can register early and get your best choice of class times and professors and work around your work schedule and things like that. So registration will begin in late March for our fall of 2020.
Yes. So if you don't know where we're located, like I said in the beginning, we're at the Virginia Beach campus in the Bayside building. So this particular building is where all of your student services departments are going to be. So your admissions, your enrollment, your advising, financial aid is all right here in this building, and we're right off of Princess Anne Road. Your Chesapeake campus is off of Cedar Road. The George Pass building is where all of your student services departments are. The Norfolk campus is in the Andrews building, and they're right off of Granby Street.
Near MacArthur Mall.
Yes. So just a tide away, away.
They do have a Tide stop.
Yes. So that's where you can go to handle all of your needs for student services. And then at our Portsmouth campus, which is right off of Victory Boulevard on Campus Drive, Building A is where you're going to go to take care of your needs. And so now we just want to open up the forum for any questions that you may have.
Do you accept the GI Bill?
I'll start.
Sure.
We can take turns.
Sure.
TCC does accept the GI Bill. We have a Center for Military and Veteran Education who assists with all GI Bill, VA benefits, or other military services. So you want to connect directly with that department, and they'd be happy to get you set up. We do accept and allow students to use it.
Yes.
We have a pretty big military population of students.
We
too.
do. We do. because we're in the area of one of the largest naval bases. Yes, we make sure that we cater to our population.
Can I transfer after only 1 year?
Yes, you certainly can. Just stay connected with the school that you're interested in and transferring to, just to make sure that you're turning in your admission packet on time and getting the GPA that they want, as we talked about before, that yes, you can transfer.
Just keep in mind it's not guaranteed. The
Right.
guaranteed agreement, except for the special ODU agreement, does require you complete the 2-year associate's degree. So you're completing a transfer application just like a senior year application, waiting and seeing their answer. It's just not guaranteed until you finish your associate's degree.
Right.
But you can do it. A lot of people
Yes, they do.
What information and advice would you give to a student wanting to go into the veterinary assistant program?
The veterinary assistant program is a competitive application-based program, and their application is due each year on April 30th. The vet assisting program is designed for students who don't currently work in the animal care setting. That's what most recent high school graduates are going to be going into, and the application does require observation hours. I believe if you have up to 20 work experience hours with animal handling, such as a vet office or SPCA, that earns you your maximum points. It does require a letter of reference. If you can get that from a vet or a vet technician, you do get extra points. So that's my recommendation, is start working on your observation and volunteer hours and getting that good recommendation, and don't turn your application in after April 30th because it only starts once every fall. So you can't catch up in the spring, you have to wait till the next cycle. If you're applying to the vet technician program, that's our 2-year associate's degree designed for students who are already working with animals. It does require you complete college chemistry and college English before you can apply to the program. So if that's something you're getting ready for April, you should be registering for those classes for the spring semester if you haven't taken them yet. Good question.
Yeah.
How do AP credits affect the transfer timeline?
Depends on the time of when you're wanting to enroll. With AP credits, coming to an advisor and submitting the course that you took and the test that you took for AP, that is what's going to determine what class that satisfies. And so it just depends on when you're interested in starting for the semesters.
It's something you definitely want to bring to your advisor and lay out a plan for. TCC accepts 3s on most of our exams, but your transfer institution may accept only a 4, and so you really want to plan it out. Does the school I'm going to also take my credit? Because if they don't, it's better to take the transfer course with us anyway, so you don't have to take it again there. So it really takes a lot of planning, but it can speed up the process. Students with a lot of APs can graduate early or finish sooner for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
You talked about transferring in-state. How about out-of-state?
Out-of-state schools don't have any guaranteed admissions, so you're going to be looking at their transfer website and look at the instructions for transfer applicants. Every school is going to have a suggestion of how many credits you should take, what GPAs they're looking for, and if they have a certain set of classes. Then you want to be looking at their course equivalency guide and see if they have a course-by-course listing of how they bring in outside institution credits. Most institutions will have something like that. You may need to contact the academic advising office for further information. It's definitely doable. You just want to do your research in advance and plan out your courses and make sure your institution's going to accept them. We do have a lot of students who do that. It just doesn't fall under the guaranteed admissions anymore.
Can I take all of my classes online?
No.
It depends on the major.
Yeah, it does depend on the major. Most of our classes, they are going to be hands-on. So if you're going into a career or technical field, then no, because you're getting that hands-on experience in that degree. But for more of your general education courses, your Englishes, humanities, social sciences, there are options of both in class and online courses.
We do have about 10 degrees. You can do 100% online. They're listed on our website under the online section if you want to search for those. But again, just because we offer it online, if it fills up, doesn't mean you'll get that class online. So registering early can help guarantee if there's an online section available that you can get it. And it also just depends on which major and if those classes are offered online. But we do have about 10 that you can do 100% if you can get into those classes.
Can you further explain the Shipyard Apprenticeship?
So every shipyard or local company, some of them are like Toyota or a child care center, they're going to have their own hiring process. So what you want to do is reach out to that company and say, I'm interested in being an apprentice with you. What is your job process? When do I need to apply by? What documents do I need to submit? Do I do that in your office or through a website? And you need to reach out to those companies directly to ask about how that works. One might take applications in the summer and one might take applications this month. So you want to just create a list of all their different requirements and start working through them in timeline order. The companies are going to vary as far as which benefits and how much pay you get and what type of jobs they offer for an apprenticeship. The shipyard may offer welding, where Toyota may only offer auto maintenance. So you want to ask what type of jobs they hire for too. So it's really a direct conversation with those companies. We can help you connect to those companies. We have their contact information on our website. We can help you look that up. But it really varies a lot depending on the company. So I'd ask them directly.
And just to piggyback on that as well, some of those application processes can be a little lengthy. So don't wait until the deadline, a week before the deadline, to try to get everything in. Start the process as soon as you know what is all involved in that process, because with some applications like the Norfolk Naval Shipyard, you have to do an application with TCC and also an application on usajobs.gov. And so that application alone can be lengthy. So you want to make sure that you are taking care of everything before the deadline. So start early.
And many of them will require the TCC placement test scores as part of their job application materials. So a student has to plan to apply to TCC, come over and take the test, print those scores, and upload them to their job application, which you can't do in one night. So you definitely want to do some advanced planning.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know how easily credits transfer if you have completed a year at TCC?
It just depends on the school that you're transferring to. Again, like Kelsey said, just reaching out to the school, reaching out to the admissions or an advisor at that school that you're interested in. They'll let you know how easily that the credits can transfer. We have on our website our transfer evaluation system. So we can look at the classes that you take in here at TCC, plus also the college that you're wanting to transfer to. And so we can do a comparison to see what classes are transferable. But always reach out to the school as well, just to get that definite stamp, to know that the classes that you're taking here are going to transfer to TCC.
Most schools will have a transfer guide under their transfer section, and you can search by major. I'd like to major in biology at the school, and they're going to give you a list of suggested community college classes that they'd like to see you take before you get ready to apply for them as a transfer student. So I definitely take advantage of those transfer guides and contact those schools directly to come up with a plan of the courses you should be taking.
Does every campus offer the same classes?
No. For general education courses, yes, there will be. So your English, your math, your biologies, humanities, social sciences, those general education courses, yes, will be at all the campuses. Now, when it goes into a specific major, so like here at the Virginia Beach campus, just about all of our health professions are located here at this campus, except for our nursing program, which is at the Portsmouth campus. So it just depends on your major and what degree program you're going into.
Some of those work-ready programs are only going to be offered at a certain campus because there's not cooking labs everywhere or welding labs everywhere. So it depends on your major.
Yeah, definitely.
When will I find out if I am admitted?
So as soon as you complete the application, you'll get a confirmation screen assigning you a student number and username, and you get on-site acceptance to the college. Now, not every student gets to take every class. That's where we have the placement tests and other factors, but you do get accepted to the college upon completion of the application.
How many classes do I need to take to be full-time with financial aid?
At least classes. We look more at the credits. So credit-wise, you have to at least have 12 credits per semester to be full-time for financial aid. Full-time from 12 to 18 credits is a full-time status. If you need to take more than 18, it has to be approved. But 12 to 18 is your full-time status.
12 credits for most students is around 4 to 5 classes, depending on which classes they're adding together to equal those 12 credits. So we go by credits instead of number of classes.
Right.
Yeah.
If you take the VA program and graduate, then move out of state, would you have to wait a year for in-state tuition, and could you further the education to the next level of profession with the already known knowledge?
My
Good
best
question.
understanding of residency is if you're moving because of military orders, you can get in-state residency because the military has placed you there. We have a process for that here at TCC. If you already have a parent or guardian who's a resident in that state and you move with them, you can use residency under your parent. But if your whole family is moving or you're moving there by yourself, it's my understanding that you do usually have to live in your state 1 year
Right.
before you can establish residency.
Right.
I do have some students who are like, okay, I'll take TCC online classes while I'm still getting my Virginia residency and waiting to establish my new one. And that's always an option, to do some online classes through us while you wait to establish. You can certainly continue your education and go to other schools once you move, but you want to ask your school again directly about how their residency process works and what their
definitely.
qualifying
Definitely.
factors are, because I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure what their qualifications would
Right. Every state will be different, so yeah, always check with them.
Is the apprenticeship program a certificate program or a degree program?
It's depending on which program you're going into for the apprenticeship. It can be a certificate or a degree. I think most of them are degree programs, but also just going back to the company that you're doing the application with. And so you want to check with them as far as the program type, if it's going to be a certificate or if it's going to be an apprenticeship.
I know,
or a degree.
Norfolk Naval has an info packet on our website, and they list out the classes they would have you take in that information packet, and I believe it's a certificate program for them. But again, check with the employer and ask them, how much education are you covering, and is it a degree or certificate? They'd be able to tell you for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time and learning about TCC. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us. Again, my name is Nicole Jordan. My email is njordan@tcc.edu. And Kelsey?
Yep, I'm Kelsey Warren, and mine is K Warren, KWARREN @tcc.edu. And you can always contact our new student support team.
Yes.
They're there Monday through Friday to assist with any immediate questions. They're available at 757-822-1111, or you can email them at enroll@tcc.edu. And of course, come into the campus anytime. We have support staff available to assist at all the campuses Monday through Friday each week, and we'd be happy to have you come in person as well.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Happy
Have a
holidays.
great night. Thank you.